Again to my kitchen. It's your boy Chef Daway, and we're still on the red wine production, and today is actually the last day. We are here to harvest our 5 liters of wine. Yeah, today is actually day 8. Today is the 8th day. I've not been updating the videos. I only come when it's important, and today is actually the last day. I wanted the wine not to be sweet. You know, we actually use honey as a sweetener. And what we have here after 8 days of fermentation without opening the cap, the lid, is actually a kind of sweetish bitter wine. It's pretty good, very good wine. So we'll be using our strainer. We use the sieve in order to sieve our wine. We just want the good stuff out. Yeah, we just want the good stuff like this. Okay. So we have this. We have to pour that. Wow, people, this is the last we had from the first batch. This one is actually sweet. It's very sweet. It's sweet wine. I decided to make bitter wine this time around. So one day I'm going to let you people know the difference, how to make your wine sweet and how to make it sour or bitter. So this one is actually a little bit bitter. I like it that way. So I'm gonna leave this one to age. I'm adding this one to in my collection of homemade wine so that I can age as well as this one. So now let me show you all what we have. Okay, peeps, you remember this, right? The residue we had when we're making red wine from hibiscus flower, beetroot, pineapple, and honey. So we've been fermenting this. This has actually been fermenting in this bucket for 14 days. So today we are about to extract our alcohol from it in order to produce our vodka or ethanol. Let's go. We still have a lot of juice to get from this, but I just want to show you this. Can you see? This is the perfection of red wine, of the making of red wine. So the alcoholic content here is super high. Yeah, been fermenting for 14 days. So right now we want to use this to produce our ethanol. Okay, now the next step, we have this. So we have to transfer into this pot, just enough so we can boil. Okay, this quantity is enough. We have our tissue is all dampened water. So this is what we're going to do. Place it carefully to prevent vacuum from escaping. This is to prevent vacuum from escaping while you're boiling. You have a distillation chamber, something like that. So we just have to make use of what we have. So the next thing we're gonna put is this. You see the holes? You see the holes, right? So we're putting this to sit on our damping tissue. It sits to fit on our damping tissue. So we have a bowl, empty bowl. This is where we are going to collect our alcohol. We're going to collect our alcohol from this bowl. So we make it sit right here like this, empty. And the next thing, we have this. We have this. This, before we place this, we put another damp cloth, our tissue, whatever you have. We make sure it fits right like this. It fits like that. This is to prevent any vacuum from escaping. We want the vacuum to condense. The moment it hits this place, it has to condense, and once it condenses, it has to drop in this bowl. That will be our final product, like what we are here for today. So you make sure it sits pretty tight, like really tight, right? We have our wine, we have our beer or wine, whatever, in here, and we have this all set up. The aim of this is to, we have to put water, but I love to start with ice. I love to start with ice. You know, as it heats up, you're gonna have that vapor coming up. So the vapor has to hit on this to condense. In order for it to condense, the water in this bowl has to be cold at all times. So to start it up, I put some ice, cold water from the fridge, like that. Okay, so we just have to put this on the fire and let it boil, So we have these tissues, so they are all dampened, moist, pretty moist, to trap the vapor from escaping from both directions. And now this is where we know the level of activities going on in our homemade distiller. Once the water in this bowl is hot, we come to change it and put more cold water. We repeat that process until our bowl, the bowl we place in between this pot and this one, until it's full. We get it out. So that's the process. Alright. Okay, people, we're back again to check on what is happening here. So what we can notice, like visibly notice, is that the ice we had in the water, they're all dissolved. They're all dissolved, and the water has started to cool down. It's getting warmer and warmer. So we don't have to allow, since we have ice in the fridge, we have more ice in the fridge, we're just gonna add more ice into it. We're not going to. So if you don't have ice, you make sure the water in this place doesn't get hot. The moment it starts to get hot, you make sure you change it. You put more of cold water. So we are fortunate to have some ice in the fridge, which makes it kind of easier for us. So we're just gonna put some more ice and ice it up. And some more. So people, we're back again this time around to show you how we are going to change our water. The water we have here, you can see the ice are all dissolved and you can see some vapors. This water has started to be hot. So we just need to carefully remove the hot water. We need to carefully remove the hot water like that. Give me some cold water from the fridge. Okay, this is all we have, like removing the hot water. So we're just gonna refill it with cold water from the fridge and possibly add some ice to it in order for it to boil, for this mixture down here to boil for a longer time. So far it's been boiling for close to 30 minutes. We still have some maybe 30 minutes more to go in order for us to get our ethanol. So people, this is actually the 4th time we've changed our water in here. So as of now, I want us to see the result, what we've been able to achieve. So we need to off the gas. We turn off our gas. And now we try to remove this carefully. We have to remove it carefully. Wow. You remember, this was actually empty, nothing in it. You can see the result. You can see what we've been able to achieve so far. This is what we've been able to achieve. Wow, let me try to get it out. So peeps, you can see this is what we achieve. This is what we achieve in as much as our ethanol, alcohol, whatever you call it, from where you're coming from is concerned. This is what we achieve. So we have to transfer this into our glass bottle. We get a liter, and someday we have to redo this process in order to make it 100% alcoholic. So in order for us to achieve that, we want to collect as much as we can. Then someday we're gonna do the process in this kitchen to redo this exact process, but this time around to get water, because right now I think we have like 40% alcohol in here, which is not what we want to achieve. We want 100% alcohol in order for us to be able to make whiskey, any brand of whiskey we want to make, be it Jack Daniels, be it Bourbon, whatever we want to make. So now we have this, we're gonna transfer into our glass bottle. Let's go. Now before we get to that, you have to see this. This is what we have left from the boiling process. This is what we have left. So we are not going to throw this. Remember, I told you nothing in this kitchen is wasted. We don't waste anything. We are going to use this to produce some other product that we are going to show you someday. Okay, people, let me show you how I'm going to bottle this. So we have our Folere, we have our bottle What is left is for us to transfer our ethanol alcohol into the bottle. Right? So this is it. As hot as it is, that is enough for me for now.